everyone, this is Katya. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I have a cute card that I wanted to share with you on how I made this happy birthday card using some stamps from the Hero Arts Missing You stamp set. So I started off by figuring out that I would try to make a shaker card using these photo pockets and using frames to create the shaker. So I'm working with some bright pink cardstock because this is going to be for a little girl. And I used some stitched dies to cut out the frame, and what I did was trace it on the inside so that I would know exactly where I was going to put the inside frame as well too. You'll see that down the road. So I took up the stencil and went to my die cutting machine and cut out the center. And I'm going to be doing this on both sides of the card because I want to make sure that when the recipient receives it and they flip it open, they don't see the back pieces of it. So I used the inside dyed portion cut out and placed it in the center there so I knew it would be perfectly placed. And then when you open it up, it's exactly where I want it to be, right in the center there. So I used some shaker glitter. They're not sequins, they're basically like a flat confetti, but a little bit on the larger side. And I used an assortment of like pink and silver and some white iridescent type pieces here, and I think I used a little bit too much because the card turned out to be a little bit too much on that with the shaker bits in there, but it turned out okay. So I realized that when I was using these photo pieces that the stick side is on the opposite side of the photo piece, so I wound up having to trim that piece off, and then I just simply took a piece of Scotch tape and I put it directly on the very far edge of the window there, and then using some non-stick scissors I cut just a very tiny piece of it off so that it would be a really thin border. I didn't want that to poke through, but you'll see towards the tail end of the card that I actually had to create an inside of that because it looked like it wasn't going to adhere to the card very well. So I'll show you that. So see how that doesn't go directly over to the full, it doesn't cover up the full size there. I had to take the outside border and then create another white inside border to get that card to stay adhered. You'll see that I did the inside, as well. I can't talk today. So here I am taking another white insert there, and see right there I have a gap. In order to get that to be completely stable, I had to create another inside window frame there. Then I had a loose border there, and I tried to cover it up with some glitter paper there to make a frame, and I don't know why I didn't think of this, but I should have actually die cut that so that I would have nice mitered corner edges, but I didn't do that. So what do we crafters do? We cover up our mistakes using hearts and glitter and all that kind of fun stuff. So I found some really cute hearts that I wanted to use, so I'm placing them strategically on the card. And now I'm going to be taking from the Hero Arts Missing You stamp set. I'm going to use the little bird and the happy birthday greeting right there. I think that's such a cute thing. And what I did was fussy cut this little image out, and then I used some removable adhesive so that when I place it down on paper, I can actually have the bird stay right in place without shifting while I use my Prismacolor pencils. So I went a little bit heavy on the top of the bird's hair right here as part of his feathers, and I went with a really heavy application of that dark pink. And then using the exact same pencil, I went with a lighter touch, and then I brought in a lighter color of pink to kind of give it a little bit of dimension and fuller color there. So I pick up another pencil here in just a second, and I'll show you what I mean. So here's the lighter pink. And I put that on top of the other colored pink because I thought it would be kind of cool to give the bird the same type of color but a little bit more richness and depth. And so I just colored the rest of the body using a little bit of a lighter color as well too, just a lighter hand using that pencil. And then a lighter as well using the using this pencil here on the beak as well. And what I'm going to be using in a little bit is a blender pencil that is colorless, that is also from the Prismacolor selection or line. And I wanted to see how it would work, and it turned out just beautiful. So here are the pencils, and I pulled them out, and they don't come sharpened. but it shows you what kind of blending you're going to be able to get when you use both of them. So here I am coloring over that area, and I love how it blends. Now it's a little bit on the waxy side, but it's not too bad. So I colored in the bird here on the base, and I love how when you put this pencil, this colorless pencil on top of your colors, it really richens them and makes them a little bit more vibrant. And then I just scribbled off on the scratch piece of paper because I didn't want to bring that pink onto the beak. And so you can see here when I put this colorless blender down, it adds a lot of richness and depth to the little bird as well too. So after coloring the bird, I decided to create a die cut circle and stamp the sentiment Happy Birdday. How adorable is that? In white powder or white embossing powder. And I also created a second die cut circle in the exact same size so that when the recipient opens up the card, they're not going to see that adhesive on the other side of that round die cut image there. So I'm placing the bird down with some multi-matte medium so that the recipient won't see the glue on the back of the bird. And here's where I took that circle and just placed it on the inside of the card so that when the recipient sees it, they don't see that glue. So here's the finished card. Little too much shaker stuff in there, I agree, but I think it turned out cute. That is my card for today. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe and give me a thumbs up. Ciao for now.